I cannot believe what I just saw. Oh man, I have no words. And I gotta talk like this because the babies are sleeping, but I have no words for the game I just watched. I am 33 years old. I've watched Kobe in the finals. I've watched LeBron, Steph, KD. Man, I've never seen a game like that. I've never seen a game like that. And from the beginning, the Knicks, yo, they came back from 29 in the finals with all the smack talking on the other end with Wemby and the glances they was giving. They was feeling themselves, and they had every right to. 29 down, yo, was crazy. This is the first game that I actually took notes for, and yo, it was pissing me off. But the fourth quarter, I got no notes for the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter, yo, for the fourth quarter, I was holding my baby in one hand and I was watching the game in another hand. This, shout outs to OG Anunoby. Shout outs to Karl-Anthony Towns, because the refs was doing him dirty. The refs was doing him dirty, and he never gave up. He never gave up. He didn't get as many shots that I would like him to get, but he still stayed in the game. Oh man, big body Brunson, and we're gonna talk about Finals MVP because OG Anunoby has climbed the ladder. Okay, like, man, I know Brunson doing his thing, but we might have the first co-MVPs, because I feel like OG deserve it, but I feel like Brunson deserve it too. But yo, let's get into the breakdown of the game, man. Yo, okay, I gotta calm down. Okay, so we got the first quarter. I can't even do this. The Knicks came back from 29 down. 29 down. Put into perspective how the Minnesota Timberwolves gave up with these same Spurs with 8 minutes left. And that was the closeout game. I would clap, but the kids are sleeping. All right. First quarter, 2 fouls on Towns immediately. So I believe it was Fox that drove. He didn't even touch him really, and they called a foul. All right, fine, cool. Then he comes down and he actually fouls. I believe it was Wemby that he fouled. He actually fouls Wemby. So now 2 fouls in 2.5 minutes. Our big man is out. Cat is out. And Spurs get off to a great start every game. That was the one constant. And in my last video, I talked about how the Knicks need to get out to a better start. No, they don't. No, they don't. What do I know about basketball? The Knicks needed them to go up 29 so that they could mount this comeback. But all jokes aside, I was like, yo, the biggest thing that the Knicks need to do, they need to make sure that they have a good start, because they're always playing from behind in this series. And that was totally going to happen because the first 2 possessions, Cat gets in foul trouble. So in the beginning, the Knicks, if you looked at the body language of the team and how they were playing, in my mind, I'm like, they need to stay off the phone. They need to stop watching social media, what people are saying about the game, because it felt like the New Yorkers. It felt like the New Yorkers' emotions towards the refs and everything around the game, that the Knicks were playing with that, and it's like, nah, like it's like, nah, like you can't you can't play with our emotions. You got to come into the game plan with your game plan and focus and dial in, because yeah, we riding for the Knicks. Yeah, we talking about the refs. We talking about that, but y'all got to get y'all heads in the game. So in the beginning, the ball was moving for the Spurs. They were making every shot, and in the first quarter specifically, the Knicks were contesting the shots. So I'm like, all right, they contesting the shots. They making it at a extreme clip. Like, they made so many threes that the threes ended up being their downfall. So what, you made 13, 14 threes in the first half? Do y'all not have a mid-range? Do y'all not have a post-up game? Do y'all not have a driving game? Because this game, y'all was up 29. It's very simple to end droughts that the Knicks get a stop and get something easy. Go to your fundamentals. But they kept shooting threes. They just kept shooting threes. But so Josh Hart kept pushing the ball whenever he gets a rebound. So in the beginning, when the Spurs were shooting lights out, and they had sometimes the times that they missed, Josh Hart was continuing the tempo, and he was playing, moving the ball, and it kind of looked like Josh Hart was the only one that was pushing the team for like a good 2-3 minutes in the first quarter. So now, of course, every time the Knicks would get a little wiggle room, the refs would do something. They would call something, and then it would kill their momentum. But what also was killing their momentum in the first half was anytime Castle came in the game, anytime Dylan Harper came in the game, but especially Castle, he slowed the pace down. They got into their sets, and they was getting open shots. And in that second quarter, that's when it really ballooned, because now they're getting open shots. Wemby is talking. What's his name? Mitchell Robinson was gassed in the first quarter because that wasn't his usual minutes. So it's like, yo, like if anything could go wrong for the Knicks, it was going wrong in that first quarter, in that first half, actually. So the Spurs are in the Knicks' head, man. So when before Wemby said, I'm in your head, the Spurs were in the Knicks' head because they was committing dumb fouls. They were pushing. They were shoving. They weren't playing tough. They were being reactionary. And it's like, yeah, I understand that passion. You want to win. You want to make sure you leave with the W. You want to make sure San Antonio feels like, yo, we ain't punks. Like, we came to play. But they were playing as if they were the ones that weren't down 2-1. Actually, the other way around. That they were down 2-1. Which is crazy, because San Antonio looked like the more poised team. They looked like the veterans, and the Knicks looked like the amateurs. And San Antonio is not amateurs to any stretch, but they're younger, so they have less experience. And I'm like, why is this game going like this? Why do the Knicks look so frazzled and San Antonio looks chill? Like they just executing their plays. They get in the 50-50 balls and then Vassell shoot or Champagne shoots. And I'm like, damn, like they killing us. Like, so the Knicks, I said the Knicks have the emotion of the crowd. Like the Knicks team also have the crowd's emotions. Like, and it's like, bro, you can't play with the crowd's emotions, because if you play with the crowd's emotions, you're gonna fumble this game completely. And this game needed to be won. I wouldn't feel comfortable going back to San Antonio 2-2 because of how prolific Dylan Harper is. More so than Stephon Castle, but Stephon Castle is a bad boy. And Victor Wembanyama, he does what he does, right? So the second quarter comes in. So now OG hits a three, right? OG hits a three. And then on the other end, De'Aaron Fox hits a three right back. So it's like, all right, we started off with momentum and then boom, completely gone. And you felt like the air got sucked out of the building, wherever you were. You're like, damn, like he hit a three after he hit a three. Like we just cut this to like 22 or 19. I think we cut it to 19 and then it went back up to 22. Like psychologically, it's like, okay, we in the teens, and then boom, right back. So there was that. They had a 24-point lead with 11 threes, and Brunson was really being exposed on defense. Jalen Brunson had a bad defensive game in the first half. I would even say the second half. And they were looking for him. They were scoping him out to put him in all the actions that they were doing. And it's like, damn, like, sheesh. So now the third quarter rolls around. Third starts off good. Wembanyama got a flagrant. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if Wemby is gonna get. I don't know if it's 4 or 3. Somebody said it was 3. Somebody said it was 4. I gotta fact check that, but he's dangerously close to getting suspended for a game. But we might not even need that because we up 3-1. Now I know the Cavs in 2016 came back from 3-1, but a lot of stuff had to happen for the Cavs to come back from 3-1. Draymond Green was suspended for a game. The game 5, he was suspended. Then in game 6, Andrew Bogut got hurt, and that was their starting center, I believe. I believe that was their starting center. If he wasn't their starting center, it was a really big piece. And somebody else got hurt too. So many things had to happen for LeBron and the Cavs to come back from 3-1. That's not happening in this series. Everybody's healthy. Wemby just took a hit that is going to affect him for the rest of his playing career. Like LeBron had a really bad finals in 2011 with the Mavs. I don't against the Mavs rather. I don't know if this is on that level, but Wemby dropping those 2 free throws at the end, crazy work. So now it's looking good in the third quarter, and then the Spurs all of a sudden start to panic and they start playing fast. But now that's working in the Knicks' favor because playing fast gives the Knicks more possessions. More possessions equal more shots up. More shots up equals more points, basically. But now they are rushing and they don't have the same momentum that they had in the first half. They literally thought the game was over. In their minds, they're like, we're going back to San Antonio 2-2. We waxed these niggas. It's over. And they started playing very laissez-faire. But now, in the first half, like I said before, what's his name? Castle slowed the pace down. So by him slowing the pace down, picking their spots, they were getting more quality shots, even though they slowed the pace down, which resulted to way more points, exponentially more points. But now in the second half, when they started playing fast, getting away from their play style, but adopting the play style of the Knicks, because the Knicks were making plays, the Knicks never stopped playing. They never took their foot off the gas. They never did. And what I realized about this team is that's why they blew teams out by 59. They never stop. The Knicks never stopped playing. Yeah, they got frustrated. Yeah, they got emotional. Yeah, all of these things happened, but the intensity never stopped, whether they making shots or not. Shout outs to Mike Brown, man. Yo, put some respect on Mike Brown's name. Okay? Now, the Knicks went on a 10-0 run. It was 81-59 at that time. Call timeout. Harper and Castle come back in and controlled the pace of the game. They were down 15. I think midway to the end of the third quarter, and then they got a turnover, and then Vassell hit a three on the other side, and it went up 18 again. And those daggers kept happening and happening and happening. But the biggest culprit of this game, besides Wemby missing those shots, was De'Aaron Fox. Because in that same third quarter, he had two back-to-back turnovers. I haven't even looked at the box score yet. De'Aaron Fox, I want to bet $1, because I ain't swimming in money like that yet, that he had the worst plus or minus on his team, if not second worst. Because he had two back-to-back. He was coming down. The first one, I remember it because he didn't have to pass the ball. I think even Richard Jefferson said that. He was like, yo, like, pull it out. Like, you don't got to pass the ball. And then on the next possession down, he got another one. De'Aaron Fox, this is a bad look for him, because he was already not playing well in this series. But the fact that he's supposed to be the veteran that Dylan Harper and Castle look up to, but Dylan Harper and Castle looking more like a veteran than he is. I wouldn't be surprised. Of course, for politics, you gotta say, if they lose the series is over. Knicks in 5. But in the most likely scenario, I wouldn't be surprised if they shipped him off somewhere, because he really he was a liability out there more than he was an asset. So in the fourth quarter, now I'm going off of memory. In the fourth quarter, Karl-Anthony Towns got some touches. He hit a step back three. He took it to the rim on Wemby. And those two plays, there's certain people on a team that need to score to rile up the team. And Karl-Anthony Towns was that for the Knicks tonight, because the refs did him so dirty all night, really messed up his rhythm, completely took him out of the game for most of the game, that at the end there, when he hit those 2 field goals, I believe that really made a difference in the Knicks franchise altogether. And Alvarado, man, listen, give me Alvarado any day of the week, any time of the day on my team. That is the type of player that coaches dream for. Hold on, I'm pulling up the box score right now. Yeah, Jose Alvarado, he was 3 of 4, plus minus of 11, had 8 points. Yo, give me Jose Alvarado any day of the week on my team if I'm building a team, because he's the type of player where he ignites the entire floor. He was out there in the fourth quarter in a critical game because you can trust him. You can trust him. You know he's going to play hard on defense. You know he's going to talk. You know he's not afraid of the moment. He's not afraid of nobody. Jose Alvarado is that guy. So the fourth quarter, between Jose Alvarado, between Jalen Brunson coming down, shooting, coming down, making plays, man, and OG Anunoby, because of his great shot making throughout the entire game, that's the reason why they stayed in the game. OG and Jalen Brunson. Mikal Bridges couldn't hit nothing. Cat was completely out of his game. Deuce McBride wasn't hitting no shots. I think Wemby caught a block off of him. Like, so many players was just off. But you had I'm not pronouncing his name right, but Sokan came in. You had Ariel come in. I can't pronounce his last name. Like, you had a bunch of Knicks chip in. Yo, this was a team effort. So let's go to the box score. The high point, Jalen Brunson, 36 points, 7 assists. Okay, 48% from the field, 3 of 7 from the 3-point line, 9 of 11 from free throw. OG Anunoby, 33 points, 4 rebounds. 4 rebounds. That fourth rebound was the most important one, son. He hit 7 threes. Shot 66%. Yo, OG Anunoby is a superstar. Okay, maybe not a superstar, but he's definitely a star. They need to respect him and give him a all-star slot. Karl-Anthony Towns was 4 of 5. He had 13 points, 10 rebounds, monster rebounds. That's another thing. Karl-Anthony Towns was keeping us in the fourth quarter because he was going up with Wemby, with Cornette, and he was grabbing those rebounds. Okay, let's go to the Spurs. Wemby had 24 and 13. His plus minus was 1. Stephon Castle had 13 points, 5 assists, negative 11. De'Aaron Fox, no. Yeah, negative 11. So I was off. De'Aaron Fox had a plus 1. Yeah, that don't make sense to me. But yo, Dylan Harper, 8 of 12. Dylan Harper's so tough. But this Knicks team is the embodiment of never give up. This Knicks team, like I said before, they don't stop playing. That's why they blow out teams when they get on a heater like that, because they don't stop playing. And I feel like that's just New York. You don't stop. Don't matter what's going on, don't matter how it looks, they don't stop playing. And that's what the San Antonio Spurs did. Wemby got Wemby is a freakish athlete. He is a phenomenal player. But when you let your pride, like, you really got to be humble on the court. You got to be humble till you win. Kobe did not crack a smile until he won that fourth ring. When LeBron finally got with D Wade, he did not crack a smile until he got that first chip in 2012. He used to laugh. He used to be goofy. Yo, the Knicks, wow. The Knicks have inspired me. Do not stop. Don't stop playing. Don't stop playing, bro. Don't stop playing. It don't matter how many shots you miss, bro. What's his name? Josh Hart scored 3 points in game 1 or game 2. Had 15 rebounds. But scored, had the most significant 3 points that I've ever seen. But yeah, man, San Antonio, I don't know what they do from here. Of course, Mitch Johnson is definitely to blame, because at some point you got to tell them, stop shooting threes. No more threes. Drive everything. Make sure you don't put them on the line. Drive everything, catch rebounds. If you shoot a mid-range, fine. Victor, stop shooting threes. Victor Wembanyama, how many threes he shot? He shot 8 threes, 2 of 8. I think they was up by like 17, 18. Victor shooting threes. I'm like, yes, please show me your inexperience. Show it to me. You shoot 2 threes, you don't make it, go back inside. He just kept shooting them. Dylan Harper did the same thing. Just kept shooting them. Champagne did the same thing. Just kept shooting them. You realize you don't got the juice no more that you had in the first half. Okay? The secret stuff. Michael Jordan, the secret stuff, Space Jam, you don't got it no more. You don't got it no more. So go to the fundamentals. Go to the mid-range. De'Aaron Fox has a lovely mid-range shot. He decided, yeah, I'm not going to use that. Wemby even made a mid-range shot to calm everything down. That's what the mid-range is for. But somebody said it best. You don't come back from a deficit like this unless the other team helps you. Thank you, San Antonio, for your help. Thank you so much. We New Yorkers appreciate your help. But respectfully, you didn't help us at all. We took it from y'all. Now, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. But today, we snatched y'all hearts. Yeah. Oh, you in there? You not in our heads. San Antonio Spurs, the whole organization, everybody, respect the pop. This was, I call it the biggest fumble in NBA history. Because y'all had a chance to go up to tie this up. To take a clear control, because if the Knicks laid down and y'all won this game and said, okay, we'll just get them next game, ooh, the narratives would be so much different. And shout outs to the NBA for making this even better, because y'all wanting the Spurs to win, the way the refs been acting, It's crazy. So, yeah, that's my recap. Thank you for watching all the way through. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think about my analysis on the game. Um, yeah, do all the things. Thanks for watching. My name is Harry Kanji. This is H is a highlight. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.